Hi, so today we're going to do some abdominal work in quite a functional way and just stretch out our back beforehand. This probably isn't appropriate if you've got any acute disc problems or where you might just be being a little bit careful into flexion through the spine. Again, not appropriate for pregnant ladies, so please just be aware of your body, and if it's at all uncomfortable, then perhaps it's not for you right now. So we're actually going to go side on, and we're going to start with an exercise we did in the meditation on Monday, where we're just interlocking those hands and hugging behind our legs. So this will be the position I get to. I'm going to just start by holding my wrists and growing tall. I'm going to start by stretching my back. So I want to think about my tailbone rolling underneath me. So it's not my mid-back sinking back. I really want to think about tucking under, sinking my deep abdominals inwards and allowing my pubic bone to roll in towards my belly button. So I really get that movement at the pelvis. And then just hang off my arms here and allow my head just to roll forward. So I'm in a nice deep C shape through my lower back. And then I'm going to walk my heels back towards my sit bones and sink that tummy a little bit more. So like someone's just dropping a heavy weight or wet sand onto my abdomen, I sink inwards, keep holding my hands here and just hang into my back, rolling my pubic bone towards my belly button just to get a deeper stretch. And everybody, depending on where their tightness in their back, is going to feel that in a different place. So just hang and breathe there. And then we're going to walk our heels back towards our sit bones a little bit more, and you'll start to feel that the part of the pelvis is connecting with the mat a little bit more. And I've just changed my hand position now into an interlock, and just hold there, sinking my tummy inwards. There's no tension or pressure through my front of my tummy. I'm actually just letting it sink and soften to find length through each vertebra. Pubic bone, just letting it peel up towards my tummy button. Nice, walk my heels back a little bit more, and I'll start to feel my pelvis, the back of my pelvis, sink into the mat underneath me. Then release those hands, but carry on holding the thighs, and you're going to come a little bit more. Walk those heels back, and it'll feel like you roll again into that lower back. Hang, my arms are straight, and I'm holding my thighs to help me there. No tension through the front of the tummy. Try and let it sink and let your arms do the work. Let your lower back melt into the floor, trying to find that vertebra one at a time. So let the hands start to slide across the thighs and just let your back melt into that floor underneath you, nice and slowly. And then coming all the way down to the mat. Nice, just notice how the spine feels there, a bit of a nice stretch through the lower back. Now, rather than hoiking ourselves forward, we're going to roll onto our side and push back up. Come back onto that position, and we're going to repeat that one more time. So interlock, I'm just holding the wrist, coming up nice and tall. And then we're going to stretch into that lower back. So remember, it's a roll off the sit bones. So we try and roll our pelvis back rather than just let go from higher up, and hold there. Hang into those arms. And this time we roll back a little bit more, that pelvis tucking underneath you, sinking the tummy just gently inwards, but it's your arms that's holding you here. Walk your heels back, and you might feel you roll into a deeper part of the pelvis. That's great. Just roll a little bit more, sinking your tummy inwards, pubic bone to belly button. Let the head hang and just stretch across the back there. Walk those heels back, tuck under a little bit more. I'm going to change my hand position to interlock my hands and just hang a little bit further, sinking my tummy in, pubic bone to belly button, and hold. Walk my heels back. Find that lower part of my spine onto the mat. And then I'm going to release my hands but hold my thighs. Hold there, sink my tummy inwards, no tension through the front of the tummy. Use your arms to support you. And now just melt your back, sinking the tummy down into that mat. Sink, find each vertebra like a string of pearls. Down, and then all the way to the floor. Nice, and just notice how the spine feels there. Roll onto your side and push up. So I'm not going to do this in a too trained way, but we're going to look at just rolling like a ball. And that requires you to have that flexion or that roundness through the spine to be able to do this. So before we start, the movement that you want to think about is that tailbone underneath you. So you get that nice deep curl with that tummy sinking inwards, that real sink through the lower abdominal wall. So hold there and then just see if you can lift one leg and the other. And as you lift both legs up, watch that you don't arch back into a more extended position, but see if you can stay rolled back onto that pelvis and lift. And just hold yourself there. Nice little hug of the body. Sink that tummy inwards and just hang there balanced. There, so you can be quite passive again there. I'm holding with my arms rather than through my tummy. And then just see if you can keep the tummy sunken inwards and let those hands come either side of your legs. So I'm just gently holding my legs, and then we're going to roll back and forward. Roll back and come forward. And as I come forward, now I'm going to lengthen through my spine. Imagine the top of my head just reaching. My toes aren't quite touching the floor. If you need to just pop them down, do. Find that length through your spine and hold there. Nice. If you need to support with your arms a little bit, do. And then we're going to roll off the back of the sit bone. So really tuck under. If anything, use your upper body to just support your knees and find that lower back just curl and sink there. So I'm using my arms now, but I've just let my tummy sink and round into my back. And then I'm going to use my tummy muscles in that sunken position to take my arms into a lighter position either side of my ankles. Now really find that curl through the low back. Roll back. And then this time I'm going to grow tall on my sit bones and top of the head towards the ceiling. Breath in. Then exhale, roll off the sit bones, sink through the belly. I can find that without needing to find the little bit of support, but if you need the support, do. Now I'm in a deep C, and I'm gonna roll, and roll, and roll. Cool. And now just let your arms hang, just do whatever feels comfortable for you. And if you find you've got like a ridge where it feels like it goes very flat, that's where you're going to need to work on that lumbar flexion that we started with to get a better range into that lower back. And my knees are staying about the same distance from my chest. So we're just rolling, keeping that tummy sunken inwards. Nice. Really initiating that movement from a roll back of my pelvis. Cool. Just bring the feet out, or the knees out, feet together. Same thing. Just keep rolling here. Let the arms be wherever you want them to be. Nice. And now bring one foot above the other foot. And we're going to roll back here. And here. We're going to go 2 more this way. Again, if you need a little bit of support with the arms, do. Hopefully you can feel those lower abdominals working now. Switch those feet across and roll. And roll. Cool. 2 more. Last one. Back up. Then we're going to go for 8 and we're going to switch. So I'm going to roll and switch. Roll and switch. Roll, switch. So as you come back up, you're switching. Last two. Last one. And back up. Nice. Grow tall. Sit on the tips of those sit bones. Slide the feet out so you're on a 45. Reach those arms out in front of you. And now we roll off the back of the sit bone. Same thing, sink the tummy in. Pubic bone to belly button and hold. And just think about your knees lengthening away from you as you sink and find each vertebra down onto that mat. And then reach those arms overhead. Slide the feet out long. Reach those fingertips away from those toes. Breath in. And then rather than feeling like you're being stretched on a rack, just melt the body away, spiraling those thigh bones out of those hip sockets, soft elbows. Just notice how the body feels there. Then slide one knee up and the other, glue the knees and feet together, arms out just at shoulder height with the palms up facing the ceiling. Roll the knees to one side, turning the head in the opposite way, nestling those shoulder blades into the mat to center and switch, and switch, and switch. Back to center. Roll onto your side and up. Just pop onto your front for a moment here. Feet out wide, roll the toes out, heels in. Hands into your stop sign. So elbows at the same height as your shoulders. Just soften your shoulders and glide them down your back. And then a little press up here, keeping wide through the shoulders. Little opening, just keep plugged in through the pubic bone. Ribs funnel down towards your waist so you're protecting your lower back rather than hanging out. If you can't come into full extension, don't worry. Protect your lower back. Forearms come down, head comes down, feet in. Push your hands under your shoulders. Bring your knees in, round into that spine. Release out. Deep breath into the front of the rib cage and release. Well done, little abdominal workout.